you got out in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be at least something to build on. But how difficult was it to maintain that against that type of team?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I thought the one thing we worked out against their press, that once we broke it, very similar to when we played Maryland, we could be able to find some looks. And I'm obviously, I love football, big football guy. Best way to stop your team from playing defense is control possession. First quarter, we really tried to be intentional about doing that. Second quarter, same thing, but we put ourselves in some really bad spots with some turnovers. Albeit a lot of them were dead ball turnovers, but we weren't getting shots. Last 5 minutes of the second quarter there, I think we only had one turnover, but we just couldn't throw it in the ocean. Their length, obviously they're one of the best teams in terms of field goal percentage, like defensive field goal percentage. Their length, their size, and then in the third and fourth quarter, thought we moved the ball a little bit. Same thing, got good looks, just didn't go down. Second quarter, man, they showed us why they are a top 5 team.
How valuable are these experiences for Kendall to go when you factor in UCLA and some of the other front lines that she's facing, and especially tonight?
I mean, and you just look at her growth and her confidence. She's not afraid. She's not backing down. I hope Kiki is okay for them. Obviously, so a lot of times she was going against Marshall, but Marshall is pretty good. And KP really, she did her job. She held her own down there. Now we got to challenge her to become a little bit better defensive rebounder for us. But obviously their size and the way they shot the ball or whatnot. But just proud of how hard she works every day. Proud of her how she's starting to understand the game a little bit more and kind of slowing down and not being in such a hurry. Thought just massive. You go against Kiki, you go against Marshall, you go against Lauren Betts. She went against Hannah Stolke. She's played about, let's go down the list. Notre Dame, South Carolina, she's been through it and she's working to get better.
Just the lineup you had out there to start the second half, what you like about it?
Honestly, pretty good. Just thought we could, having KP out there because she was pretty good moving in the high post. Put her off the ball, see what Kenna could do in the high post. Maybe if we could get them to space out a little bit so we could get our split action. And Jordy had a good first half. Just thought she'd earned the opportunity, and she's got to stay with it, right? Like she's, no summer, no fall, and then all of a sudden we throw out there against the second best schedule in the country, and she's got to understand that she's doing everything right and but continue to play hard. I think she got tired there for a minute there in that third quarter, but she battled through it, and she's someone who can make a play, and we just got to keep working with her.
Avery Gordon's night was, Howard's night.
Yeah.
Was that a part of the game plan to kind of allow those threes that were missing them early?
Yeah. Juju and their size just puts so much pressure on you in terms of what you do. You look at every game that they had played, only twice they had made 9 threes, so every other time it had been 6. Play percentages, try to pack it in, try to make Juju work for everything. And then when she got it going, I think she had 2 at half. We didn't do a good job of recognizing where she was in the second half. But yeah, give her credit because she stepped up when her team needed her.
As you play in these games, do you learn anything about different styles that work better to pull upsets or potentially put yourself in a better position to pull upsets?
It's every team that we've played has been different. Like this team is vastly different than Notre Dame, vastly different than UCLA, and South Carolina. It's I truly, honestly believe that there's about 5 teams in the women's college game right now that just are so much better than everybody. I think Texas had Maryland, and Maryland was shorthanded, but it's 48-18 at halftime the other night. There's just 5 teams that are just on. They don't live here on earth right now, and it's thankfully, all of those are off of our schedule right now.
Just
It's
with,
okay.
with that schedule, can it be a mirage sometimes to try and see progress, even, you know?
For everybody on the outside, yeah, but everybody inside our locker room, no. You know, we didn't shoot it well in the second half. Kenna moves beautifully off the ball, goes 0 for 6 from 3. Like I think one shot was kind of like forced and rushed at the end of the shot clock, but our spacing is better. I thought, you know, I know they scored, you know, they hit some threes there, but I thought our 2-3 zone looked better than what it has. You know, so to everybody else, it doesn't look like we've gotten better, but inside our locker room, we truly, honestly believe it. And then hopefully we can start, you know. Now, obviously the Big Ten is still the Big Ten, and you know, we go on the road to Illinois, who just beat Indiana. You know, at Indiana, a good Illinois team on their floor, and you know, a good Nebraska team that just hit 16 threes, and then we come home and we play Wisconsin next week. But it's not UCLA, USC, Notre Dame, South Carolina.
Do you feel you provided at least a blueprint with your box and one on Juju on how to at least somewhat successfully defend USC? Because it seemed like, I mean, in the early get-go, you almost felt like you cracked a code out there.
Yes and no. I mean, a lot of teams have tried a lot of junk on them. You know, Indiana played some junk defense. Penn State played some junk. Nebraska played some junk on them. You know, they're just so many weapons. And then, you know, when Marshall and Kiki have games, obviously Kiki didn't play in much or at all in the second half. You know, what hurt us is that their other kids stepped up and made threes, and they hadn't really done that in the other games. And Juju has just been Juju.
Coach, given the fact that you have such a young team and you face this gauntlet of talent, what's something that you know you're learning about this year, just as a coach, and with all the young players that are still just learning the game, and you know?
Just keep teaching them. Just keep teaching them every day, pouring into them, believing in them. You know, getting them to believe in themselves. You know, that's my job. And if you walked into practice every single day and watched how intentional they were, watch how hard they worked, watch how much energy they had, how much there's no way you think that we're 0-8. You know, I could be coaching a bunch of assholes. I could be coaching a bunch of kids that don't work very hard. But every day I walk down the stairs, don't take the elevator. I walk down the stairs to Mackey or to Cardinal, and I know that I've got a team that's ready to work and hungry to get better. My team is in tears in the locker room. They're not happy about this, right? They want to fix this. They want to change it. And every day walking down to practice, not one day have I thought, man, this sucks. Man, these kids are bad kids. No, it's not like that. And we just got to find a way to figure it out. And hopefully everything starts to align for us.
Destiny Lombard celebrated her 23rd birthday. How good was it, at least from that first 4-minute stretch, to see her shots go down and you know, at least hear that roar of Mackie?
Yeah, the first quarter was great. Des knocked down shots, and thought her activity was really good on the defensive end for us. You know, when she's locked in and engaged, things go really well for us.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, guys.